This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Visit progressive.com to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary, not available in all states or situations.
Sunday morning. With us today is Lee Zeldin, and he is the EPA Administrator. And a very, very important job is how to get America going again. Question. We are doing a shutdown period in Washington, and how is that affecting us? Well, Administrator Zeldin, tell us, how is that affecting us?
Over the course of these last few weeks, we were able to operate almost at 100% because of the carryover funding. EPA gets a lot of sources of funding that are multiple year. However, this past week was the first time we had a big furlough kick in of about 4,000 employees. We still have carryover funds. When there's a total lapse of funding, the EPA would be furloughing about 89% of the agency. So hopefully congressional Democrats start voting yes instead of no on this clean government funding bill so that we can be fully operational. EPA at the beginning of the year had a little over 16,000 employees. We've been going through a reorganization that has the agency down to 12,500 employees. We'll actually get more done with less, more of our statutory obligations at 12.5 than what we saw this time a year ago. But the shutdown is starting to impact the EPA more here as it gets extended further here, close towards, we're almost at the 4-week mark.
Wow. I mean, I hope Washington concludes all this stuff and so we can move on. I mean, I was with the president last week along with you, and we're going to the moon. I mean, he's got $17 trillion worth of new projects for America, and he wants to make it, we're going to make America great again.
All year long, massive announcements of investments in the U.S., individuals and companies believing in the United States and the opportunities that are here in a way that's getting them to go big. We're not just talking about projects that cost into the tens of millions or hundreds of millions. We have projects being discussed into the many hundreds of billions of dollars per project. Just about a week ago, I was in West Memphis, Arkansas, where Google just 2 weeks ago broke ground on a $4 billion data center. The way that they're doing it, partnering with the state of Arkansas and Entergy, will actually result in a $1.1 billion reduction, a $1.1 billion benefit to the Entergy ratepayers. Across the country, we're seeing ground being broken all over. I was recently in Idaho Falls, Idaho, where a new nuclear site was having ground broken there. New pipelines that are advancing across the country. And it's just really great to see this massive investment that's been coming out through 2025.
It's just wonderful to have a businessman as the president, and he knows what to accomplish and how to bring business back to America versus chasing business away. And you know what I tell my friends, Mr. Zeldin? The fact is, if General Motors wanted to move a plant to Mexico because they're going to save 15% on cost, what the president is saying is we're going to charge you 15% to bring it back. So it doesn't make it. He's inducing companies to keep the business in America instead of moving it away from America.
Right, and he also understands leverage. And he knows he understands what's at the other side of the table. And the president's been utilizing the powers of the presidency, the powers of the United States of America to be able to achieve these great America First outcomes. And the other thing that he's doing is he's bringing agencies together to work on where there's overlapping jurisdiction equities. Too often in the past, agencies were siloed off. But the president created a National Energy Dominance Council at the beginning of this year. I mean, we just met with the president here a couple days ago on Friday in the Oval Office, and we're meeting with Doug Burgum, Secretary of Interior, Chris Wright, the Secretary of Energy, Howard Lutnick, the Secretary of Commerce, and others in the administration. And it's about tag teaming these important priorities to work together, to cooperate, and their staffs to work together, and creating efficiencies, a permit process that takes less time, so that there's less time, less cost, and more certainty when deciding whether or not to invest in the U.S.
Understood. Now, tell me, one of the big functions of EPA is probably the energy business, and I've heard the president talk about the coal industry, the oil industry, the gas industry. What is the secret? The best way to move product is pipelines. And they were the enemy of the Democratic Party, and I never understood why.
It's funny you bring this up. It's such an important topic. I remember when I was serving in Congress, I was at the House Foreign Affairs Committee right after President Biden got elected. John Kerry was the climate czar. He came to testify to the committee, and one of the members of the committee asked John Kerry, "What's the safest way of transporting the energy that was being discussed at that hearing? Is it truck? Is it train? Is it pipeline?" It was a multiple choice question without missing a beat. John Kerry said, without hesitation, pipeline. If we all agree just how important it is, why aren't we all doing it? And there are projects right now that are being advanced in Alaska for LNG, next Trans-Alaska Pipeline. The Nessie Pipeline and Constitution Pipeline deliver natural gas to and through New York, which includes helping New England. Transporting natural gas. So there are big pipeline investments right now, advancements that are being made across the entire country. In Alaska, a big LNG pipeline along the Trans-Alaska Pipeline. The Nessie Pipeline and Constitution, both that are proposed by Williams Company, will deliver natural gas to New York and through New York, including with great benefit to the residents, ratepayers of New England. There's a $5.3 billion expansion of Transwestern Desert expansion delivering natural gas from New Mexico into Arizona. Enbridge has a pipeline that they're building through Wisconsin and Michigan, through the Great Lakes. It's just filled with opportunity all throughout America. These pipeline projects are smart. It really doesn't make any sense that we've seen so much of these initiatives being blocked in the past. And President Trump has his team all working, all hands on deck every day to be able to get these pipelines over the finish line.
That is wonderful news, because that is the most efficient way to deliver within our country and within Canada, which is a big supplier of ours. And let me ask you another question. Are we going to be the system that delivers power to, we're talking about maybe getting SMRs, small modular reactors. Is that moving?
Yes, as a matter of fact, that Idaho Falls, Idaho project that I had just referenced, I was there a few weeks ago where that was breaking ground. That is an example of one of these sites breaking ground, and that company is in the process of building a whole bunch of other SMRs. It comes up often in topics when I'm meeting with leadership of massive organizations that are building big plants all across America. They are incorporating this technology into their plans all over in many different states. There is a big awareness of incredible opportunity in the nuclear space. These projects don't just have to be, the largest nuclear plant that's ever been built. A lot are valuing the technology of going with some of these smaller sites. And we at the Trump administration are looking to help however we can.
Now, I understand President Trump signed an executive order opening up the Arctic for more drilling. I mean, that will make North America the energy capital of the world.
Yeah, it makes so much more sense for us to reduce our reliance on foreign sources of energy, to become more of a net exporter, to create these jobs, to bring down energy costs for Americans, to reduce leverage of other nations elsewhere around the world. It's important for our national security, our economy, and it's also better for our environment because we here in the United States tap into these supplies so much better for our environment than so many other countries around the world. Again, the president sees the opportunity and he doesn't want to waste time. I mean, he's done this job already. 4 years in office, 4 more years to reflect on it. You put a couple assassination attempts, a big popular vote win in one of the battleground states, and these 4 years go by quickly. These aren't hypothetical conversations for years in the future. He wants to get this stuff done right away.
EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin, thank you for everything you're doing. And as our friend Larry Kudlow says to us, we're going to the moon. And in the United States will be the capital of the world again. Thank you so much for coming on.
Amen. Thanks, John.